Oh my goodness. Hey girls. I am just waking up. August 14th, 2024. It's about 8 in the morning and I'm dragging myself out of bed. And I thought to myself last night, no, alright, I'll do the video in the morning when I wake up. And then you guys can just hang out with me in the morning. Kind of. Not gonna lie. Still dragging me down. But this, I was going to show you my morning routine. I don't know why, but just to show you my morning routine. Energy drink. Orange creamsicle. It's good. There we go. Missing you guys and wish you were here. Still dealing with the how do I put it? I'm watching what I say for some reason and I don't know why. But dealing with the BS of the no contact order. I'm going to deal with that later on. For right now, let's just hang out. So normally in the morning, I wake up, have my caffeine, and all the other stuff that's in those drinks. I know people say they're not good for you. I know that. So does every other person who drinks them. Stop. Don't tell people about the things they do that are not good for them. Unless, well, that was pretty stupid, huh? Okay, tell people about the things they do that are not good for them. But not like an energy drink. Not like the wrong shampoo. Not the fabrics that they wear. The deodorant they put on, you know. That deodorant has aluminum in it, even though it probably is pretty bad. That fabric isn't 100% recycled material. You shouldn't wear it. When people do that, it's an attempt at elevating yourself above them. Like, I'm going to tell you what to do. This is how I'm better than you. Just let people live their damn lives. Unless they're actually doing damage to themselves and others, let them live their lives. It's an energy drink. And it's good. And you want to know a secret? That was my first one I had when I keep one by the bed for when I actually wake up. So that was the first one to actually get me out of the bed. Now this one will actually wake me up, then I can go downstairs and work out. So, oh my god, my eyes are all itchy. I think it's the allergies. So yeah, I hop on the old YouTube or 9gag and just sit here for a minute in an upright, seated position. Get the day started. Today is apparently your first day of school, by the way. So Grace, this would be, let's see, you're 13. Good God, I hope it's not 8th grade. And Muffin, you're 11, that would be 6th grade. Wow. I wish I could be there, girls. I would give anything to drive over there right now, but that is for a different topic, so I'll see what the old YouTube has to offer. All the leaves are brown, an old Volkswagen. You know, my first car was a Volkswagen. A 1974 Beetle. It was a great car. It was a really fun car. I liked it a lot. I hung out with fairly big guys. I was actually the smallest of all the guys I hung out with. And one time we packed me and 4 other big guys into this poor Beetle. So there's over like 1,000 pounds of beef just barreling down the street. And this poor little bug. We finally came to a hill in Scripps Ranch, California. This poor little bug is just like, why are you doing this to me? And we go up this hill and I can feel it struggling and I throw it into whatever gear and all of a sudden, wham! The transmission gave out. It was like, I'm not designed to haul this kind of weight. So they're towing a trailer? I don't know. And that one there is probably, that's either a 73 or a 74 Beetle. So close to the same year as mine. Oh, magic. I don't know that I buy a lot of these. Oh. What do you do? How do you throw away the... Well, how do you throw away the little cardboard thing to hide behind your finger? What do you do when somebody isn't looking perfectly at the card you're bending? I don't know that I buy his explanations, maybe.
If you live in North America...
Oops. What about...
Come,
what the hell?
If you live in North America, you've probably seen this lock. Found at most stores, they are strong against physical attack, but are usually installed without protection for the internal locking mechanism. Using a tool like this commercial door hook expansion on the Grover Companion, the pivot pin can easily be accessed and manipulated, bypassing the lock. If you live in North America, you've probably seen this lock.
How many people are picking locks?
If you live in North America, you have probably seen this.
Grace, this is something you would have done. I almost do that. No matter what I see, I'm like, who would do that, Grace or Amy?
Ketamine therapy has absolutely transformed and changed my life.
Oh, yeah, that's an ad. There's so many damn ads for here, let us control your mind. Here, watch out for that. Ooh.
I'm not going to write you a ticket, but I am going to go to the chief tomorrow. Total since you've been sheriff, how many times have I stopped you? For space, less than about 6 times. Less than about 6? You just take only 5 minutes. You can just do whatever you want, drive as fast as you want to do, because you're the sheriff and you can do what you want. But you ain't going to stop speeding. I'm not going to write you a ticket, but I am going to go to the chief tomorrow. Total since you've been sheriff, how many...
That whole thing. You got to bear with me. There's oh my God, my eyes. I'm tired. I got to go to work in 2 hours, and I still got to get a workout in. But the corruption of people who just get into positions of authority just so they can have authority is out of control.
I just heard the hardest hitting quote ever, and it says,
This is AI.
if your absence didn't bother them, then your presence never meant anything to them. I just heard the hardest hitting quote ever, and
It's AI. I don't know why that happens all the time now, but AI is giving us quotes now.
I witnessed this girl earlier this week approach a man with the most confidence I've ever seen. She went up to him and she said, "Hey, I need to know your name, and I think that you think you need to know my name too." They
she is going to get his name and number. But a man's experience is very different. He unfortunately will be rejected most of the time. And on top of that, unfortunately, rejection nowadays can be somewhat brutal, especially if she ends up labeling him a creep. So think about it. If a woman is the deciding factor on a successful approach, why don't women do it more? And look, even if it doesn't result in them being together and dating, that man is going to remember her forever. And it is going to be a story that that man is telling for the rest of his life.
Just dribbled all over myself.
Earlier.
Yeah. Guys will 99% of the time be respectful and nice. You can come up to me. Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Sorry, no, I'm taken. Or sorry, no, I'm not interested. You do that to a girl. Get away from me, creep. Just be nice to people. Okay. Some weird stuff. That's an ad.
It's not right to talk about the central black hole, really. When you look at a nice map
Don't
of
care.
a black hole, what you see is that space and time are so distorted that in some sense their roles swap. The singularity is not really a place in space at all. It's a moment in time. And actually, it's the end of time. But the nature of that thing was not, and is still not, understood. And for many, many years, actually, until quite recently, then people thought, well, there we are, we have a problem with the singularity, we don't really have any access to it, we don't have the conceptual tools to explore it, so it may remain a mystery for a century to come. The great revolution in black hole research was to notice that actually there are conceptual problems, not only in this extreme place, singularity, whatever it might be, but at the horizon. It's not right to talk about the center of black.
Boy, I've been learning more and more about time, space, black holes, dark matter, dark energy. And I'm not even at the level where I scratch the surface. I'm just touching the surface of this stuff. Whew. It'll make you question every single thing you know. Because this around us appears to all be an illusion. I know how that sounds. But if that's what science is saying, not some crazy tarot card reading person telling me that, it's mess with your head. Can't do that on a rough day.
Add a coat hanger and about 5 feet of string. Tie the hanger's hook in the middle of the string. Wrap the ends of the string around your fingers and then stick your fingers in your ears. Now, let the hanger dangle as far down as you want, and with your ears firmly plugged, swing the hanger into something solid, like a wall or a table or a chair leg. Okay, now to you, those collisions probably sound pretty weak. But to me, oh well, every time the hanger vibrates, it sends vibrations through the string, to my fingers, and then into my skull. That causes my eardrums to vibrate in a very special way, so that what I hear is a deep, beefy gong sound. Try it yourself. Grab a wire
Vsauce.
and about 5 feet of
It's
string.
science-based stuff and a different, usually physics-based
Have you ever
stuff.
experienced painting over masking tape? Then when you go to peel the tape back, you end up with paint under the tape.
All the time.
I'm working on this giant 36 by 72 painting with a bunch of masking. All you need to do is use a clear medium. I'm using clear gesso here. Apply a coat over the edges of the tape to
Yeah.
fill in any of those gaps with something that won't affect the color you're protecting with the layer of tape. Then when you paint over it with color, the color literally can't make it through that layer of clear medium. All you get is satisfying clean tape edges, and when the painting is finished, it looks amazing. I'm the art coach, click the follow button.
Nice.
Have you ever
Good to
experienced
know.
painting over masking tape? Then
Muffin?
when you go to peel the tape back, you end up with paint
And do your painting?
Anyways, I'm working on this giant 13.
Now, what hate speech are you talking about? I mean, you use Twitter.
Right.
Do you see a rise in hate speech?
I mean,
Just a personal act of, like, what do you do? I don't.
personally, for you, I would see I get more of that kind of content. Yeah, personally.
Content you don't like or hateful? What do you mean to describe a hateful thing? Can you name one example?
I honestly don't use. Honestly, I
You
don't.
can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why, because I don't actually use that for you food anymore, because I just don't particularly like it.
But you
And
said
actually,
you-
a lot of people are quite similar. I only.
Well,
only
hang on a second. You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I've been using Twitter since you've taken it over for the last 6 months.
Okay, so then you must have at some point seen that you hateful content. I'm asking for one example.
Right.
You can't give a single one.
And I'm saying.
Then I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Really.
Yes, because you can't give a single example, not even one tweet, and yet you claimed the hateful content was high. That's a fault.
Ugh. We used to live in a world that worked. And yeah, I'm going to go on my old man kick here. We used to live in a world that worked. And it worked almost entirely because sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And, well, words are intent and all the... This, when people talk about hate speech can be anything that person wants it to be. If someone accuses you of hate speech because of this word today, and you cave to that person, the next day they're going to come up with a new word that's hate speech. They're controlling you. That's what they want to do, is control you. And if they label you, if they label you something, they know that they can make you live in fear and then control you. And that's how people control you, is to scare you. So they want you to be scared. And I'm going to do it. How many times does the Bible say, fear not? Fear not. Don't be afraid. That's just an example. I'm not Bible thumping here. I'm just finding something on the other side that works. And God bless America, this hate speech thing. That's hate speech. That's hate speech. That's hate speech too. I can claim that singing happy birthday or wishing somebody Merry Christmas, actually Merry Christmas is a real one, is hate speech. Does that make it right? No.
Video here make you decide to change handguns. It does for a lot of people. Whether you keep your handgun for home defense or whether you carry it concealed for self-protection. Because as you're about to learn over the next...
After an attempted theft of one of my vehicles, I went on a mission to figure out how to deter thieves from attempting to break in again and again. Yes, the vehicles all have alarms, glass break sensors, kill switches, and CAN bus shunts. Sure, those things will keep the cars from getting stolen, but they won't keep the glass from being broken again and again by punk thieves that don't realize I've installed all that expensive equipment. So I went on a mission to find a physical and visual deterrent. What you see here are stainless steel bollards that will survive a 25-mile-per-hour impact with a 5,000-pound vehicle. I figure it's hard to get going 25 miles per hour when the bollard is only 2 feet from your bumper. When not in use, these bollards sit flush in the ground and when extended, stand like 42-inch tall stainless steel soldiers. If you're interested in learning more about protecting your vehicle in your own driveway, hit me in the comments. I'll set you up with my contractor, Holdaway Construction. After an attempted theft of one of my vehicles, I went on a mission to figure out
it's an overreaction.
how to deter thieves from attempting to break in again and again. Yes, the vehicles all have alarms, glass break sensors, kill switches, and CAN bus shunts.
You're installing... Oh my God. Okay, hey, do you. Go for it. Knock yourself out. He's installing posts.
Now, the insurrection can turn into a full house.
To prevent his car from getting stolen.
Video I did a couple weeks ago when I did Jack 5 into a full house. This guy wants me to do the insurrection, which is J6 or Jack 6, into a full house. But I'm doing this because I want to watch people implode in the comment section, because that's how elections are decided. And in the comment sections, of course. So anyway, it's probably a mistake, but I'll do it. Oh, cut card. J6 into a full house. All right, J6.
He dealt himself J6.
Alright, that's just, there you go.
And then he put down 2 6s and a jack.
Oh, I did it again. I did it twice.
So he's got a full house. Texas Hold'em.
The YouTube comments is why I'm here.
He can.
Run a brand new Hornet. Marine guy, Top Gun guy, and they were up at the Oak Club in Miramar, not in Miramar, but in Oceana. And we were fighting against them. We had brand new F-14s right from the factory. And I go, so these guys are talking big about, spank the Tomcat and stuff. So I start talking to this guy. Big.
Snort Snodgrass, famous F-14 pilot.
And then I go, I tell you what.
Passed away a couple of years ago on something really simple. Anyway.
We will have, tomorrow we have a 2v2 scheduled. You're in that flight.
Airplane accident that was really simple. Meaning that the mistake he made was a very tiny, tiny mistake that ended up costing him his life.
I'm on that flight, I tell you, we'll just make it a 1v1. The 1v1, guns only, visual split, fights on the
1v1 guns only, so like in Top Gun Maverick. 1 versus 1, and guns only, so no missiles that can chase you down. You have to get in line with the other person and drill them.
But one engagement, whoever wins, assuming somebody wins, then the other squadron, the loser squadron, is going to buy all the cocktails and all the steamship round and all the shrimp we can eat on Friday night.
All the shrimp we can eat. How much shrimp are you eating?
We go to the beach and then the next day,
excuse me.
Both squadrons fill the taxi.
Well, what happened? Jeez
And
Louise.
then the fastest reading, and then you get into the more controversial areas of seed oils.
Seed oils are not controversial. If you look at the empirical literature, and there's been a lot of it, just go to PubMed. You're going to realize that they've kind of studied this more or less into the ground, and there's not a goddamn thing wrong with seed oils. They're totally fine and totally healthy. Well, look, like, McDonald's French fry grease is made of seed oils. Yeah, it is. But it's got a couple other things in there, like trans fats that aren't that great for you. And it's the fact that each thing of fries is 900 calories, and you have to have 2 of them because you can't stop eating.
Have you ever
They're
seen
good fries.
the process where they take like canola oil?
Canola oil, in almost every study, is insanely healthy for you on almost every metric. Canola oil is mechanically processed, and that wigs people out because machines are bad or something, or hashtag artificial. This comes really close to being a very good example of the argument from nature, also known as the naturalistic fallacy. Because something is artificial, it is deemed bad. Because natural is deemed good. Snake bites natural.
I was wondering
kill you. And
if by the time you watch this, nutrition has been debated for centuries. But I was wondering, I don't know, if it talked about the election. If it would even matter to you. It won't, but I'm wondering if this would still be controversial, because seed oils, if you get into nutrition, seed oils, as of right now, are considered bad. But when I was young, fats, just fats in general, everybody wanted a low-fat diet. Found out that's terrible because your body actually needs fat really badly. Your brain is mostly fat, or runs off fat.
The fastest reader in the entire world can read up to 25,000 words in a minute or 460 words a second. Now, it's impossible for you or I to read that.
Oh, another ad. God damn
And
it.
you still believe the media isn't biased. Well, then watch this.
After Kamala copied Trump's no tax on tips policy, check out how CBS News reported the exact same proposal from 2 different candidates. Let me see if you can spot a difference here. Vice President Kamala Harris is rolling out a new policy position saying she'll fight to end taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers. Juxtaposed with the way they covered it when Trump said the same exact thing. Former President Donald Trump's vow to stop taxing tips would cost the federal government up to $250 billion over 10 years, according to a nonpartisan watchdog group. It's horrible when Donald Trump proposes it, and yet when copycat Kamala does, it's the best thing we've ever seen.
And if you still believe the media isn't biased.
So why are you driving with an identification card if you know that you shouldn't be driving, right? First citation is for exceeding the speed limit by more than 20 miles an hour. That's criminal speed.
Okay.
Your second one is for driving while your license is suspended. Obviously, you know you can't be doing that. And then we just didn't have any current proof of insurance inside the vehicle. So you have a court date. It's the day after Christmas, so I kicked it out as far as I could for you.
I actually turned myself in on the 6th, December 6th.
For what?
To do 2 years.
You're gonna miss your court date, man. What are you doing 2 years for?
Assault on an officer.
What? Man, you been cool, man.
That's what I'm saying. So you can kind of see like this.
No, man, you're cool. I get it, man, but I appreciate you being cool with me, because we don't want to go down that road. Now, Mesa and Chandler, they don't want you. And I don't know why, because you're a cool dude. I'd want to be here. But Coolidge does want you.
Excuse me.
Hands by your back. Right now, you're going to be under arrest for an outstanding warrant. So why are you driving with an identification card? If you know...
that's a shame.
There are only 3 types of people in your life.
He was being nice. They were both being nice to each other, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
These are people who come into your life just for a season. They are there to take what they need. And as soon as it gets cold, or a wind blows in your life, they are gone. Second are the branch people. Although they are stronger than leaves, you have to test them out before you run out there and put all your weight on them. When trials come, their true strength is revealed. They may stay with you for a few seasons, but they will break away when life becomes tough. If you have watched this far drop a 100, it shows you're a part of the 1% who actually finish important things they start. And finally, the root people. These people are very important because they don't do things to be seen. Their only wish is to support you and help you live a strong.
Okay.
They're legally
That's an absolute ad. Oh, DCS.
And 137mm cannon, which pack quite the punch. But the F-14's wingman is doing its best to avenge their teammate. I try to force the overshoot by cutting throttle, pulling up, and rolling. This looks like I pulled off the dodge of the century, but this is what it felt like in VR. My teammate can't distract the angry F-14, which I have failed to make overshoot. But my MiG-15 has very good two-circle or sustained rate performance, and I am so focused on the Tomcat I don't even realise this A-10 nearly vaporised me. I finally get inside the Tomcat's circle. My next problem is my guns do a lot of damage.
I'm rooting for the Tomcat.
It is very slow, meaning I nearly have to black out my pilot to get rounds on target.
Ah!
Sees me
Got him.
lead and jinx. Luckily for me,
That reverse right there killed him.
completely deletes the right wing and they steer in. This F-14 experiences my MiG-15's 223mm.
He knocked out 2 Tomcats. That's pretty good.
The punch, but the F-14's wingman is doing its best to avenge their teammate. I try to force the overshoot by cutting throttle, pulling up, and rolling. This
It's a good overshoot.
I pulled off the dodge of the century, but this is what it felt like in VR.
Where quantum mechanics really becomes weird and different is that there's a whole nother set of rules in our textbook formulation of quantum mechanics, in addition to saying that there's a quantum state and it evolves in time. And all these new
This
rules
is what
have
I'm
to do with
talking
what
about.
happens when you look at the system, when you observe it, when you measure it. In classical mechanics, there were no rules about observing. You just look at it and you see what's going on. That was it, right? In
But that's
quantum
not it.
mechanics, the way we teach it, there's something profoundly fundamental about the act of measurement or observation, and the system dramatically changes its state. Even though it has a wave function, like the electron in an atom is not orbiting in a circle, it's sort of spread out in a cloud. When you look at it, you don't see that cloud. When you look at it, it looks like a particle with a location. So it dramatically changes its state right away. Where quantum mechanics...
What it's talking about is what he's talking about, what quantum mechanics is talking about, is they've done experiments where you look at what an electron does, and it clearly leaves the impression, what it does, the effect the electron leaves, and it clearly leaves an effect like it's in a cloud. But then you go to look at it, and the electron does not do what needs to be done in order to create that cloud. Then you stop looking at it, and the effect goes back to a cloud. It's the craziest damn thing. I'm not explaining this at all as good as an astrophysicist or somebody like that. But reality, this is true. I swear to God. Reality appears to be dependent on whether we observe it or not. That's crazy. That's crazy. Reality appears to decide which way it goes based on us looking at it. What the? That's... Anyway, all right. Almost time to get working here.
When I was a little boy, the lifters said to me, gold medal Olympic lifters, Norbert Szymanski said, young man, get yourself a pair of shoes. Until then, I won't talk to you. So now, 40 years later, I'm telling you the same thing. The lifting shoe has a little heel. And when you squat flat-footed, it goes here to the butt. The idea is not to make the butt roll, unless you're a fitness girl. These are hack squat shoes. Hack squat shoes should be flat, like skateboard shoes. In fact, they are skateboard shoes. And when you do the hack squats, it floors you to put the legs into it versus the back and versus other body parts. Doing calves, you should use shoes like this. I would never, ever be caught dead doing squats in these. It'd be the kiss of death. When I was a
I don't really know what he's saying, but shoes do matter. Damn it, girls! Ugh. Alright. Can't watch music videos. Not music videos, but videos with regard to like instruments and stuff. Because, Monkey, I know you're playing instruments and stuff. And I want to be there so damn badly. Alright. I'm going to get my day started. Oh, God. Okay, I'm awake enough to go work out. So I'm going to the basement. Get my workout in. Oh my God. Oh, I love you. I miss you. That's my morning routine of thinking about you. Whether the camera's on or not, my reality is not dependent on whether you're observing me or not. It's completely the same each morning. Monkey muffin, muffin, monkey muffin. Every day. It doesn't stop. I love you. I will see you next time you click and first day of school. You guys, I hope you guys had a good day. I love you and I miss you.